So if I come right here in the triangle, so I'm going to have x square root of 2 equals 1. And then I have to solve. So I'm going to have x square root of 2, sorry, equals to 1. So I have to do like dividing both sides by square root of 2. Then I'm going to have just 1 over square root of 2. Then if I have to like multiply, so I multiply by square root of 2. Then I'm going to have equals square root of 2 over square root of 2. So I found out that my x over here is going to be on the x-axis is going to be square root of 2 over 2. Then my x over here is going to be the same thing. So then I have just to find the coordinations. So my coordinations for e prime is going to be square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. Now for e prime, I have an angle that is a 60. So then I come up right here. So I have ABC. So for this side I have y is y square root of 3, y, and then 2y. So then my rate is going to be 1 again. So then I have to solve. But for this one, it's like more easy for you guys. Can be like it's the same thing for the first triangle. So you can just put the same thing over here. So but that the thing is going to change is that my coordinates for each second, I don't know how, I think it's like that. So it's going to be 1 over 2, then square root of 3, then over 2. Now if I come for this side right now, side 2, so what I'm going to have right here is let me check. So for this side you have to check if they are matching, like just for this side the x is going to change for -1, so it's going to be the same triangles. So you're going to see that for this triangle they match everything, like for this, like this, if you guys can see. So then I have to find my angles, and then my answer for the f prime, f second, and f. So if you guys can see right here, I have a 60, 45, and 30 degrees, my angles. So if I change for that side, like for this one right here, so my x is going to be -1 over 2. Then my y is going to be square root of 3 over 2. So the second one, square root of 2 negative, square root of 2, then square root of 2, and square root of 2, my y and axis. So my axis right for the f is going to be square root of 3 over 2, then my y is going to be 1 over 2. So for me to find these angles, I have to add 19 plus 30, that gives me 120, 19 plus 30, 45, sorry, that gives me 135, and 19 plus 60, that gives me 150. So if I come right here on this side, I have step 2 that I already completed, but I did talking about, sorry for that mention. So I have e prime, and e second. So my angle is for e is 30. My angle for e prime is 45, and my angle for e second is 60. So I have the coordinations: square root of 3 over 2, 1 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2 again, 1 over 2, and square root of 3 over 2. So now I was doing the step 3. So for the f prime and f second and f, so I have the angles that is 120, 135, and 150. So for my coordinations, the side that is going to change, for the negative, is the x one. So my coordination will be minus square root of 3 over 2, 1 over 2. And then for f prime is going to be negative square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, then negative 1 over 2, square root of 3 over 2. So now if I come on this side again, on the circle, I'm going to do for the j. So then if I do like this, you guys can see that my line is like this, so I just continue. So I did this. So for me to find the angle, I have to add 180 plus 30, 180 plus 45, 180 plus 60. So if I do like this, 100 plus 30 is going to be, my angle is going to be 210. 100 plus 35, 225, for 60, 240. So then I just have to find the coordination. But if you guys see right here, this side they are connecting, like for this, if you guys can see, following the ruler. So they are connecting. So in here on this side, the thing that is going to change to negative is going to be y and x. So my coordination is going to be negative square root of 3 over 2 minus 1 over 2 for j, sorry. Then for j prime is going to be negative square root of 2 minus square root of 2 over 2 minus square root of 2 over 2 for j prime. So for j second is going to be negative 1 over 2 negative square root of 3 over 2. So if I come right here on my step 4, sorry, I have the angles and my coordination, 210, 225, 240, my coordinations right here. So now if I come on the other side, this side, you guys can see that is the same thing like for this one. So then I have to find everything again, the angles, the coordination. So if I do 207 plus 30, it's going to give me the angle 300. 207 plus 45, 350. 207 plus 50, 330. So I have this coordination that gives me for h 8 seconds. So on this side, the y is going to be negative. So if you guys can see right here on this line, my y is negative. So my coordination is going to be 1 over 2 minus square root of 3 over 2. For h prime is going to be square root of 2 over 2 negative square root of 2 over 2. For h is going to be square root of 3 over 2 minus 1 square root of 2 over 2, sorry. So if I come right here on the step 5, I have my coordinations, I have my angles. So for h prime, 8 seconds, sorry, it's going to be 300 for h prime, 250 for h, 330. My coordinations is right here. Thank you everyone for watching this presentation. Does anyone have any question?